Hello everyone and welcome back to another exploring video. Today's video, we're going to be exploring Windows 8 build 7990. Now, before we start the video, I'd like to mention that my microphone sounds really bad because I'm using my headphones mic and not my normal microphone. So, please mind the bad audio quality. It's very bad. Anyways, let's start off the video. Anyways, this build was compiled on April 26, 2011. And that means that you have to set the time bomb date to that. Anyways, let's create our virtual machine. Now, we all have seen the virtual machine creation a lot. Also, I don't know why my mouse is doing this, but it's like super laggy. Look, that is a really laggy mouse right there. Anyways, I'll be back once I create the virtual machine. Alright, we are back, and we're now going to set this to 2011, because, yeah, we have to change the date to 2011, so we're going to do that real quick. By the way, I'm very sorry for the microphone, it's gotten worse, it's only gotten worse. So, we're going to exit saving changes, and, oh my gosh, it is slow. It is just really slow. I don't know what's happening. My laptop is just really slow today. I'm probably gonna have to update. I haven't updated Windows in a while. Anyways, we're gonna be booting. Hopefully, we can see the new boot screen still. I don't know if this has a new boot screen or if it changes back. So yeah, we'll have to find that out. Anyways, we're now booting into the virtual machine again, and we just have a black screen. Okay, we've got this. Welcome, loading files. Okay, so that's a bit new, isn't it? So we're gonna now just set that, and then I'll be back once something interesting happens, which is probably when it loads into the setup. Well, that's that's really bad. Okay, I don't know what that is, but like, yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out. Alright, so we are now here. How did we get here? You gotta set the VM to workstation 9 and also change USB to USB 1. So, yeah, that's how you fix it. Anyways, we're going to and start the installation process for the build. So let's get started. Setup is starting. And we're gonna probably have to put in a product key. So let me get that ready because we're gonna have to put in a product key. Oh, no, stop lagging, please. Here it is. I put in the product key. Alright, we are back. And as you can see right here, it says Microsoft pre-release Windows Client Operating System. Yes. We're going to accept the license terms. Click on Next, Custom. And we're going to click Next again. And we're now going to continue off here. So, I'll be back once it's done installing. Alright, so we are in. And let's take a look at some of the features. First of all, we can look at Windows Explorer, where it looks basically the same for now. The start menu and all the stuff basically looks the same without blue pill. Let's check out the computer properties panel and WinVer. Here is the computer properties panel, and it looks the exact same. It even says Windows 7 Professional still. If we open up WinVer, we can see that WinVer says Microsoft Confidential, and the NT version is still 6.2. Anyways, you can see that this build has Arrow enabled by default, because this build has a glitch where it enables Arrow by default even if you don't have the capabilities for it, which means it's kind of slow sometimes. Anyways, we can open up Control Panel to check out the lock screen. So let's go into the user accounts page where we can check out the pattern lock. Yes, pattern lock. We can also change account pictures and passwords and other stuff. As you can hear, we can change your password, to remove your password, change your look, or change your account type. Now, if we want to change the look, we can click here, where we have the basic Windows 7 profile pictures. Anyways, let's get Red Pill installed. So I'll be back when Red Pill is installed. So yeah, this is the lock screen that we've all seen. But anyways, here's what happens when you log in with the password, if you're wondering. Now, I wasn't able to check if pattern login works, but this build also has a bug where you can uninstall the desktop. As you can see right here, you can try uninstalling the desktop, which is really funny. And it just changes the desktop to the correct wallpaper. But if you do it after that, nothing happens, which means that this doesn't really work. So yeah, that's kind of cool. If we open the start screen once again and we slide down, we can see all the apps are there, if I can get it to work. This has worked before and I've showcased it on another build, but I don't see it working here. Anyways, let's open up the control panel and see if our option to change pattern logon is here, if control panel wants to open. Anyways, here's the brand new immersive control panel, which opens by default when you click on the control panel. This is the activate Windows thing. If we go over to general, we can also change some other stuff. And we can also scroll down, or at least try to scroll down. We can't fully scroll down because, well, of some issues, but we can try our best here. So as you can see, this is scrolling up and down in the menu. It's kind of jittery and kind of broken. However, we accidentally just opened up the Charms menu. Let's go to the desktop control panel and see if we can find it there, because I don't know if it is here. As you can see, just like the other build, windows are now flatter and don't have the curved look anymore. And if we search for pattern here in control panel, we won't find anything, which makes me believe that the pattern login is some secret hidden thing, but I'll try to figure that out. Anyways, let's check out Task Manager since it's been a while since we checked it out. If we right click and click Start Task Manager, we can see that the Task Manager looks a bit more like the Windows 8 one. It's not really there yet, but it's getting there. If we click on the performance task, we can see CPU, memory, and disk, and network information, which the network adapter isn't plugged in, but we can also view some other information. Also, there's a glitch where if you click on other stuff, never mind. Anyways, it's detecting our 8 gigabytes of RAM, which is kind of strange because I'm pretty sure it only has 4 gigabytes of RAM. How do I know this? Because this is a 32-bit version of Windows. Yes, we are running a 32-bit version of Windows. At least it's reporting our CPU correctly as the Intel Core i7-11850 Edge at 2.5 GHz. Apparently our CPU usage is at a whopping 100%, while our memory usage is at 100%, even though the graph does not show it as 100%. In fact, it's reporting as 467 megabytes used, which is not 100% out of 4 gigabytes. Because yes, we have 4 gigabytes of RAM currently, however the system is reporting it as 8 gigabytes. So that's kind of strange. And apparently we are using 10 megabits per second internet, which is strange because there is no network adapter plugged in. It even says here that the network adapter is being used to 100%, and that our network adapter is... oh yeah, this is a glitch. So if you click on the network adapter, it will show you the CPU information instead of the network adapter information, which is actually kind of strange. So anyways, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next video. This build wasn't really that interesting, and hopefully we can look at some more interesting builds after that, because I have a whole list of builds to take a look at. So, that's the end of this video, and I'll see you in the next video.